And this woman, she goes, am I the asshole for not inviting my poly friends' partners to the wedding? So she's got this female friend and she's got like 9 guys. She's in a relationship with 3 different men, right?
Is that how it works? If you're poly, then you got to invite them all?
That's what I'm
That
saying.
seems unreasonable.
Yo, that's so crazy.
These people don't strike me as reasonable people.
No.
But that even seems unreasonable for them.
I'm also, but you'll never, there's a big twist ending too.
Okay.
They go, I'm getting married in September. My husband, Mike, and I are doing the wedding for 250 guests. And my best friend, Marissa, happily agreed. She's in a poly relationship with 3 partners, Greg, Brandon, and Ace. Ace
can come.
Ace's real name's not Ace either, by the way. Ace is a man going by the name Ace.
Yeah.
She's been with Greg for 5 years, blah, blah, blah. So the whole thing started when her husband said, listen, I know your friend has 3 different husbands, but I don't want that bullshit at my wedding.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to explain to people when she's walking around holding hands with the 3 different guys. It's just going to be a
Plus,
whole
you know, you're
debacle.
only getting a gift from a single couple. Like, you're getting a couple's worth of gifts, but then that's 4 plates you're paying for.
Well, it's kind of one of those things where you go, you know that this is a whole big spectacle, and you know that it's going to be one of those things where you're going to try to be stealing the
And you
spotlight.
know they're not just dressing normal.
That's what I'm saying.
They're all dressing like various fishing lures, and it's just going to be a whole fucking thing. No way.
Saying that poly people dress like fishing lures is the funniest thing.
They probably do.
They do. They look like a fishing lure.
Yeah, they're all shiny and colorful. And
So all sorts of weird little
Hooks.
rings and hooks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's showing up with 3 guys wearing all sorts of hats.
wacky.
And then this is her parents are there. They're like, who's that couple? So everyone's looking at them. It's kind of like someone that's like, oh, I'm a barefoot person. It was like, can you not be barefoot for the wedding? Is that possible to go 2 seconds?
Yeah. I wonder if they could I guess they're not going to just out of just decency, 2 of the guys pretend they're a gay couple for just the...
They are sort of gay dudes. I think that that is the obviously reasonable one. It was like, listen, if the 4 of you want to split up, we can make it happen.
But then they're like, well, I don't know them.
Yeah, well, then it's just the 2 guys you don't
2
know.
random gay couple that I don't really know. So why are they coming?
Well, that's exactly what you go. Why are you here? It's like, well, the 2 of us, we're a gay couple. But we're also boning that chick over there, so we got to be at this wedding. What? The obvious reasonable thing would be like for the girl to be like, you get 1 date. I'll bring 1 guy.
Yeah.
One of your,
You like just like everybody else. You get a +1.
like everybody else in the world, you get 1 plus. Yes.
Very reasonable.
So then so she basically did that. And then when that happened, she goes, so when the invite went out, she called up immediately asking why she didn't have a +3 invite. So she's out of the gate being like, hey, is there some sort of mistake? And then you go,
Dad, there's no such thing as a +3. You just made that up.
Well, first of all, you just invented a +3. That's never existed before.
You're the first person who's ever asked, why didn't I get a +3? So,
why don't I have a +3's bald?
yeah.
So she goes, yes, why don't I have a +3 for the wedding? And then I explained to her why she doesn't. And she said, oh, and then hung up. So she wasn't happy, right? And then next thing you know, Brandon's calling me and begging me to reconsider, saying they promise they won't act like they're together, except I can hear Greg in the bath. So they've called her now back. So Brandon's one of her boyfriends.
Yeah.
He's calling. Listen to this. So Brandon calls and says, we want you to reconsider. We promise we won't act like we're in a relationship. However, she can hear Greg in the background telling him to tell me to fuck off. And I'm an asshole because he doesn't even want to go anymore. So they're having like a group phone call where
fun.
Brandon's like, hey, we won't even act like we're together. And Greg's sort of in the corner being like, you can tell them we're fuck off. We'll
Hey, if they don't accept me for me, then fuck them.
I'll tell you
I don't even want you to come.
I'll tell that woman we'll be making out. We'll sit on each other's laps, all 4 of us. Or we don't even want to come. So that's Greg's in the background having sort of a tantrum. Kind of explaining the type of thing you wouldn't want happening at your wedding.
Of course. You're just like, these are all the reasons why I don't want you coming to begin with.
Well, if anything, you go, well, doesn't this solve the whole thing? Brandon comes, Greg doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing's solved.
You would think so.
You would think so, but it didn't solve it.
No.
So this goes on forever. And then basically, she starts, everyone's telling her she's the asshole, and she calls up them and apologizes.
The bride?
Yeah. That's the world we're living in, where the bride apologizes to her.
To the fucking polycule?
And they did agree to come as two couples, like you said.
Oh, that's what it ended up being?
So Greg, the crying one, fucking ended up, just because they're gay, by the way. Two guys are gay.
So
but
they're
they
just
also
a gay
bang her.
couple that knows a different couple that are there.
Yeah, but we're living in a world where if she posted this and the obvious answer wasn't like, yeah, those people are crazy.
Yeah, your friends are psychos.
Yeah. She ended up apologizing to these psychos. Yeah. Probably because they were going to crash the wedding. Like, does anyone have any objection? Like, I have an objection because you shouldn't marry bigots.
Yeah, this is why Trump won.
It's a little bit why Trump won.
Yeah.